Okay, folks, Andrew Bopros here. I want to talk about the Chargers Broncos game. And guys, make no mistake about it. Yes, it is a playoff game. You might be asking yourself, well, I mean, hey, we're already mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. Well, just like Dumb and Dumber, no, you're telling me there's a chance. There is a chance, around 12%, that we make the playoffs. I think we're projected to finish 8-9. Look, 9-8 would, I think, get a playoff spot this season too, folks, right? So, every game matters from this point on, guys. If we can win out, I think we definitely have a playoff spot. AFC teams in front are not looking great at the moment. But we need better play from this man, this young man right here, Quentin Johnston. Again, he looked pretty good last week to some degree. But, we need to see some more consistency. He knows that. I know that. The whole Charger organization knows that. And Herbert, he's been okay. Not great these past couple of games. It will be interesting to see how he performs against the Broncos. Statistically speaking, we're actually fairly even with the Broncos in a lot of categories. But again, guys, moving forward, we really got to win both of these games against the Broncos. And then next week, or the week after, I should say, on Thursday Night Football against the Raiders. So a lot to discuss, a lot to unpack, guys. So let's get into it. Bull Bros! As always, like and subscribe if you do enjoy this content. I'm Andrew Bopros. Again, Justin Herbert, man, he's the man. You all know that. I know that. Everyone loves him. Just a very likable young man. And I'll be honest with you, he's had some good games. He's had some bad games. These last two games, let's just kind of review them, right? So it's interesting to me. A lot of these passes went to the right side against the Ravens. I'm not sure if that was just planned. I don't know, but it's just a little weird that pretty much everything was on the right side. I'll just say this, right? Again, 29 for 44 yards, 217. It's not Herbert-esque. You know that. I know that. Herbert knows that. He threw one pick. He is controlling the ball very well. We've had a lot of dropped passes as of late in the wide receiver room, running back room as well, too. Austin Eckler's had some drop passes. It has been a consistent problem with this team. Tackling, just everything all across the board has been a bit of an issue. And again, this is what we did against New England. Almost the exact same, 212 yards, right? So 22 for 37 with no touchdowns. We won two field goals, won that game, right? Ugly game, not fun. So the team has been inconsistent. Herbert, I think, has thrown good balls, a lot of drop passes, both of those games. We all know Quentin had a couple of pretty bad ones. But guys, at the end of the day, the team in general needs to play better. I think offensively, we're okay. We're not doing great. We're not doing horrible, but we're not doing great either, right? But the defense has actually stepped up. Again, we've only given up 10 points for the last two games. Again, we shut out the Patriots, as you know. And again, look at the Patriots. They beat the Steelers. The Steelers lost to two-win teams, in Arizona, and then now the Patriots. So, again, where does this leave us, right? I mean, the playoff picture is so open in the AFC. It's just really odd to look at. So let's look at it statistically, as well. But Austin Eckler just recently came out and said, I haven't handled the balls they've given me, but I'm ready for a full load again. I don't know what to think of Austin Eckler. He just doesn't seem crisp. He doesn't seem like he's making the right decisions. There's a lot of things he's doing right and really doing a lot of wrong, right? He dropped a lot of balls against the Patriots. Didn't look great against the Ravens. I don't know. I'm kind of in favor of having Josh Kelly get more touches, but it's unfortunate. Eckler would love to see him come back. I mean, I'd love to see him get re-signed, but man, the performance he's shown so far, I don't think that's going to happen. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on Eckler? Why he's potentially having these struggles? So let's look at the offense a little bit from a statistical breakdown at this point. Again, points per game, Chargers, pretty even. Passing offense, we're better than them to some degree. Russ, we know he's okay, not great. Rushing, they're definitely much better at us at rushing, so we really need to stop the rush. It's good for us. That plays in our hand because, quite frankly, you're going to try and force Russ to beat us. Russ in our secondary is actually playing a lot better, so I think we can match up very well. Total offense, we're 15th or 14th. I think we're going to do fairly well. Again, be interesting to see how it plays. Now, 13th. Third down conversions, we're doing really well as well, too. We're the 11th in the league. So we're converting on third down, which is really nice. They're not doing very well on third down conversions, and we are scoring much better in the red zone. So, a lot we can hang our hat on offensively. I think bottom line, we should win. I think Vegas has us winning by 2.5 points, something like that. So it'll be a close game. You know that. I know that. So it's a rivalry game. Let's talk about Brandon Staley briefly. If you've watched my pattern match zone defense video trying to explain that defense, guys, there's a lot of things that have to happen. There's a lot of moving parts in what goes into a defensive play. And the reality is, I think, some of these roster changes have improved that. Now, I will say this, Dean Leonard did not practice. I don't know if he's going to play. He's got some sort of heel injury. Very curious to see if we see Mikey Davis this week and how he performs. So there's a lot to be said about that, right? So that's something to take a look at. We'll probably talk more about it tomorrow, give you a real-time update. But, Dean Leonard has looked good at times. Mikey Davis has looked good at times. So interesting to see how that plays out. But this man right here, good old Khalil Mack, again, apparently, there's rumors that came out that he was considering retirement after that Jacksonville game. That's a big loss. Thank God he came back, and he has had an amazing season. And, the way he conducts his business, and it's so nice that he's also passing some of this knowledge on to people like Thule. So I'm very curious to see, how that plays out with Khalil Mack moving forward. He could have a great game against Denver. Again, Denver's offensive line is good, not great. So, we could do very well. We could do very well against these guys. So let's talk a little bit about the defense. Points allowed, we're actually dropping. We're 19th, 21 points allowed. And again, these last 2 weeks, only giving up 10 points per game, right? So we only gave up 20 points to the Ravens. Passing defense, we're obviously not doing well against passing, but, I don't really believe Russ and Cook, he's not that great, right? They're going to try and run the ball. We're pretty good at stopping the run. So as long as we can stop the run and try and force Russ to beat us in the air, I think that gives us a good opportunity. Now, the argument can be made, well, we're so bad at passing defense. Of course, we're going to throw the damn ball. Sure. So as long as we can get some decent corner play and our safeties play well, Derwin gets, it can just affect the passes a little bit. I think we'll be all right. But again, we're doing fairly well on rushing defense, and the Broncos are absolutely horrible at stopping the rush. So we'll see what happens with Eckler and Kelly this week. I mean, I'd like to see some explosive plays. It'd be kind of nice, right? It'd be nice to see the offense do well. Total defense, 29th. We're pretty similar, giving up a lot of yards. Nothing to hang your hat on there, right? But third down conversions, we're right. I mean, we're right there, guys. I mean, it's about the same. Now we are getting a lot more sacks. I do suspect, we're going to probably sack Russ quite a bit. And again, we're doing fairly well on they're doing well on takeaways, right? That's really what has saved them, quite frankly, on their defense is the takeaway. So I would say this is probably the biggest thing. If the Broncos do not get any takeaways from our offense, on the defensive side of the ball, I think we should win the game, So there's a lot to be said about that, guys. And again, it's a big game. It's a big game, guys. Chargers need to win, right? Broncos need to win, right? I mean, this is playoff football at this moment. So, guys, what do you think? What's your score predictions? I know we're going to be